everyone, Jules here from Joolsedesigns and JT Creations. So this is making labels. It's making something out of scraps. So what I've done is I've collected all my scrap bits of paper. These are all from previous projects, what I've been doing. I've probably had them for years, because the last time I used that was I made a wedding album for my niece, and that was a long time ago. I've had book pages and some of these. Let me have a look what we've got here. Some bumblebee stuff. That's a camera that I'll use. Might use that, might not. And then what I've done is I cut them. Now I saw this on it's Margaret on 7 Plaza, is it? And what she did was she cut strips, and it was like 1.5 inches wide that way and 3 inches that way. So that's what I did. I cut a load. And then I cut, because that was 1.5, this one, the inside label, was 1 1/4 by 2 3/4. I used this, the angle, to take down the sides, and then I used some Tracy Fox. I stuck them together and used some Tracy Fox labels. I also used some little stamps. I've got some stamps. So I have got a pile here, but what I will do is I will do one. I'll do this one. So what we're doing is we're doing, so that's my 1.5. And that's my 3. And see, you're making this from scraps and it's just creating more scraps. And this was a smaller one that I used, and this was 1 1/4. And I think we'll use that on there. So just well, no, what I'll do is I'm still not used to this. I got this to go away with and I need to get used to it. That's what all you lovely people allowed me to buy with your donations on Ko-fi. Thank you very much. Right, so just in case that edge wasn't quite straight. So that was 1 1/4, and this one's 2 3/4. And then what I'm using the angle one. And all I do is I just push it into the corner, and this one. And you can make your own size. I mean, I've done a couple of smaller ones where I've done them just 1 inch. So there we are, we have these. So I'll move these out the way a minute. And I like to ink everything, so I've used book pages and things like that just to make the labels interesting. It depends what type of journal you're going to be using it in, but at the end of the day, you can mass make these and decorate them as and when. So I will and that's not going to come out because it's got a plug in it. Right, and this is just that glitter glue decanted into a smaller container. Right, I've not been too well over the last couple of days, so I'm still a little bit shaky. I've had one of those bug things that's going about, not very nice at all. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for my Tracy Fox labels. What did it? Ah, they're here. Now what I did with the Tracy Fox labels, it's the etymology, is it? So I printed two to a page so that they came out smaller. I like them the normal size, but I do like them smaller as well. It gives you the coloured ones and the muted ones. She actually gives you the access to do that. So what I'm looking for is something that will go with this. And I'm going to put a little plant on it. I think I'll do that one. So, and I'm using the Stays On olive green because it's got green in the background. And what I'll do is I'll do it around the edge. This wasn't what I intended. I did intend just putting one. But you can decorate these up like as you want. Right, quite nice. The one thing about Stays On is keep your lids on them, don't leave them, because it's alcohol based, solvent based, so it will dry up quite quick. And I'm just going to put it there on the edge. And what I am going to do is I'm going to put a hole in this one, because I can. You don't have to use a crocodile, you can use any type of punch. You don't have to punch a hole in it. I'm going to put a green one in, and then that's 2, 3. I think that's the right one. I've confused myself again. I was looking at the instructions for it and totally confused myself. Anyway, when you're using a crocodile, make sure that the little spike is going into the nice part of the grommet, the top part that you look at. And there we are. So there, so we've got these. So I'll do another one. I'll put this out the way. I've got some with maps on there. I'm going to do another one with a map on. I think I've got one that says, yeah, because I had some papers that were to do with travel journals and that, and I've made myself a travel journal, so I will use that. This is a bit of Tsunami Rose paper. So I think it's Day in a Life or Life in a Day or something. I saw another crafter using it and I liked it. It was before I got into junk journaling actually, but it does really well. It was meant for junk journaling, but I made an album of it, so I do use it. And that's card, and this is just paper, which is fine. Right, so I'm going to put a stamp on this one. That one back there. And I'm going to use black. I'm going to use my black stays on, as long as it's not dried up again. And there we are. And I think I might put one of these on here as well. This was the one that I was doing just before I started the video. So you can make all sorts with these little bits of scraps, and yeah, I quite like them, because I'm always looking for bits and pieces to go in. So we'll do another one. This one's we'll do this one. That one, or should we do that way? This one I've been playing about with stamps, so I have stamped on some of these. Or should we do some book pages? Yeah, I quite like the book pages. So hope everybody's okay. There will be a shortened version of this on the Junk Journal Ideas and Inspiration for the Advent Calendar, the 12th, so it'll be a speeded up version. It won't be, there'll be no talking in it, not like this one, because I've got the days the 12th, the 18th and the 21st. Well, because I've not been feeling too great, I couldn't remember where I'd put my notes. But you've got to carry on no matter what, so do I want to put a big ticket over that? No, that's one bicycle, one dog. That's perambulator, London Bridge, that's a big stamp. I'm going to put this one on. And I'm just going to, not that it helps because I need to be over the top of it anyway when I'm stamping it down. Again, I'm using the StazOn, I'm using the black StazOn. Now because I've not stamped with this stamp, I might need to stamp it first on a bit of scrap paper. So I'll try on here first. Right, okay. Right, we'll see if this works. If it doesn't, I'm just giving it a firm press down. I don't normally do that, but there you are. It's come up all right. And should I put that one in there? All right. Yeah, so we've just got 3 weeks now before we go to Cyprus, so my phone contract was coming to an end, so I decided that me and my husband would get new phones. Well, what a kerfuffle that's been. I've been with Vodafone for years. I think I've changed once, but I've always gone back. But obviousobviously because the times decided I would look around, so I went to Sky, who I worked for 20 years, and got a brilliant deal, and got the phones, got my husband started, because he was a new customer, to find out the next day when I was reading through the fine print that you can't use roaming data from Sky is not free. So it was going to cost us £2 a day per phone. We're there for 3 months, so it was going to cost us a lot more than what it was costing us for the contract. So I phoned them up, explained, you know, I was happy with the deal. So they told me to send everything back. So I sent everything back. My phone hadn't been used. No, my phone had been used. My husband's phone hadn't been used. So I sent everything back, and went back to Vodafone and explained to them. So the nice guy there gave us a deal. Absolutely fantastic. We didn't get the phones that we had with Sky. They were a little bit dearer, so, but not to worry. So, but I was in the middle of porting my number over to Sky, which is fine. So when we got our new phones from Vodafone, I phoned up Sky for a pack request, and they couldn't send me it because it had to go to my phone. My phone had then stopped working because they had my phone number and they could only send it to that phone number. So that was on the 1st of December. I'm still waiting on them sending me a SIM card, because they're really condescending and patronising. Why did I send the SIM cards back? Because I was told to send everything back. You know, there's nothing in the instructions. I sent it all back. So I was more or less told I was silly. Insinuated, not said, insinuated. And I phoned up you know, phoned up several times, spent lots of time with them, phoned up on the Saturday, got somebody in the contact centre, really nice, said she was sending a SIM card out, and I've still not received it, so I'm not a happy chappy, because now I've had to get a new phone number off Vodafone, and they're having problems now because twice they've tried to give me a brand new number and it's not working. And I'm going to get a heart monitor fitted this week, so I need my mobile phone to be able to send the consultant the readings from my heart monitor. So so customer service, oh dearie me, I was a customer service manager, and I totally get, you know, they come across things that they've never come across before, but or they don't listen and they just assume that they know. Anyway, I went into the Vodafone shop and spoke to somebody face to face, and tomorrow it should be sorted. Hopefully. Otherwise I'll not be a happy chappy again. And it's amazing how you rely on your phones. I mean, I can use my phone on the internet, so I can look at social media, I can you know, get onto Facebook and do everything like that, but it's just not being able to phone. So I've got to use my husband's phone, and it's a bit of an inconvenience. I'm trying to get all these things sorted out with the doctors, make sure that we've got enough medication, and anyway, that's all doom and gloom. I'm looking forward to going to Cyprus, even if I don't have a phone. It's just because I've got my watch, so I can do my step. Well, I can't. Well, yeah, I can see what my steps are, because obviously, when I'm in Cyprus, I love to walk along the beach, and because we're going somewhere different, so it's going to be a slightly different beach, so it'll be all brand new. Mind, where we were before, I've made a lot of friends, so I'll not see them, which is a bit disappointing, but oh. No, I don't want that one. No, I don't want that one. I think I might have that one. With that, right, okay. I've just taken the, when I've cut these out, I've not cut them out. I think I've cut them out with one eye shut, I think. They're not very straight at all. Yeah, I think I had one of my eyes closed when I was cutting them out. And I think I'll put that, no, I think I'll put that right to the end. And I'll put that on there. And I will put a hole in this one. And a grommet. That's the 1/16 I'm using, so it's the tiny little grommets. Oh, there's a nice green one. Nice bright green one, this one. Oh. And again, and there we are. So I could sit and make these all day. So that's lots of labels. So where's my... Ah, there it is. I'll put one in my travel journal, I think, so you can see what it looks like. So you've seen bits of my travel journal. So I think we'll have one in here. I know it's not a tag. Yeah, quite like that. I'm going to put that, or do I want to... Yeah, I'm going to have that as a little tuck spot label, so I can put stuff on it. So I'm just going to stick it down halfway, so we've got a tuck spot. And it doesn't take away from the picture too much, because you can still see that it's yellow and green. What else have we got? We could put one on here. Right, oh, that one will go there. Yep. And this is the travel journal that I'll actually be using while I'm away in Cyprus, because I like to write things down, what we do, you know, where we go, because we like to, I mean, we've been there a few times. I think we've been right round the island, but there's always something to find. So I think I might put another one of them in there. Let me have a look. I haven't put a lot in here because I want to decorate this as I go. I don't want to decorate it before. See, I like to do some hand sketching and hand drawing and things like that. So I tend to leave that. Right. I don't want to take all them, but I'm going to take one of these out of here and I'll put that in there. So I will carry on making these, and they will do future journals. So thank you very much. I hope you get something out of this, and I'll see you in the next video.